better flat out changes somebody's life. So you can see this gentleman, he used the product and he's seen a huge result above his eyebrow. This gentleman said, I don't really know much about it, but it looks like I ironed out my forehead. He was pretty excited. So also he saw a reduction in discoloration, aging. Men don't wear sunscreen no matter how many times you tell them. So they have a lot of age spots, discoloration. So this gentleman, he actually, apparently you can see where his wrinkle was at, right smack dab in the middle of his forehead. And so you see that the depth of that line is improved dramatically, and also pore size, skin texture, it really is like two totally different people just in that result with the skin texture. So the thing I like to add, going on to this next slide, is these people are not photographers. They were like me. They didn't expect to see any type of result. So when their friends told them to take a picture, they're like, okay, whatever, snap, snap. Use the product for less than 90 days. So all of these results are in less than 90 days. So this woman, she has exactly what I see when I look at my mom, and it's because she's been angry at me a lot of times. So this is an example of somebody who uses the product and has seen an improvement in the depth of those furrow lines between her eyebrows, also the top of her forehead. But she actually used the product to improve the darkness around her eyes. And many women are out there shaking their heads. I'll tell you one quick story. First Christmas, me and my husband ever spent together. My mom woke up Christmas morning, and I can tell you this because she's not here. So if you ever meet my mom, she's fabulous and has her Lexus with Nerium. So if you meet her, just don't tell her this story. But she walked out, and my husband said, "Oh my goodness, it looks like your mom was punched in the face." And I was like, oh my goodness, yeah, you're right. And so every night when I would go to bed, I would wash my face and then leave my concealer on and eye makeup on. So then he didn't ever realize that he also was going to think I was starting to look like I was punched in the face. And so I was actually excited about my result with Nerium because about 2 weeks later, I was driving to the gym and I'm like, I'm not wearing any concealer and I don't look like I've been punched at all. So this is something that I experienced personally, and they really feel a lot better about themselves when they don't look like they've been punched. So this is an example of someone who was experiencing lines and crow's feet, as we call them. She really thought that her overall tone and texture of her skin was great. She felt really good for her age, but obviously you can see in the after picture that the improvement in those lines around her eyes makes somebody look extremely younger. Anybody would take this result right now. Raise your hand if this would be you. You'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm in. Okay, good. So this is an example of somebody who's lived a long, happy life, which we all want to. And we know that smiling and laugh lines and all that are just signs that you've lived a long, great life. I want to live a long, great life. I just don't want you to be able to see it on my face. I want you to see it in my pictures of all the fun places I've been and all the fantastic things I've done. But she's used the product. It definitely has helped around her mouth as well. We were joking around in Cabo on our trip that some of the leaders in Nerium took a couple of months ago, where anytime you saw somebody with a straw, you would just grab it out and be like, no, you cannot use a straw, because all of us were trying to keep that mouth area, ironed out. So this lady's seen a fantastic result. Every different age, ethnicity, age group, male, female, are all using our product, and regardless, they're able to see some improvements. Here's an example of somebody who's applied it everywhere, which I like to say is just absolutely necessary. She's, I love to point out in her before and after, you can definitely see you can see a result within the bottom half of her face, but a tremendous result on her neck. And that's a place where most women show the signs of aging, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I absolutely love that picture. Here's an example also, too, of applying it all the way down the neck, because those of you who are side sleepers, this is inevitable. So you also don't tend to put sunscreen on your chest as much. So my aunt, I remember she would have this fabulous necklace with all these diamonds, and her chest would be bright red just like this. So when I saw the picture, I was really excited that I was going to get to use the product there. So here's an example. Once you apply it to everywhere that exposes right here, you want to put the remaining product on the top of your hands. Tammy Smith was actually walking through the mall. She's the top earner in our company, married to Mark Smith, and she was in the line, where the Dead Sea people come and they try to sell you something. And so they were putting this scrub on her hand and rubbing it. And she's about half my size. And she was like, "Ow, that hurts." And like nothing was happening. And the lady was kind of got frustrated and kind of like looked and grabbed her daughter's hand and started doing this. And all this dead skin was like rolling up and you were seeing it in balls. And she was like, "I don't know what's wrong with your hand." And she said, "This is what's supposed to happen." So Tammy said, "Honey, this is the little secret. Like, I put Nerium on my hand so you don't have all that yuck. So, that's what you got to do, to stay looking great." So here's an improvement in somebody's pore size on their cheeks. Very young people and start using this product. Even, I look at my little 3-year-old daughter and I'm like, "Your skin is so perfect." And it's because there's no signs of pores, and so the more youthful and radiant your skin looks, the smaller the pores necessary. This lady has seen a tremendous result with the product, you guys. I just look at that and I think that's changed that person's life in every way possible. The blemishes, the redness, the tightening under her chin, around her mouth, just the irritation. She just flat out looks great, right? I mean, I love looking at that picture and getting actually to know this person. Every time I see her, she just radiates a more youthful glow. So what is the difference between our product and whatever else you can find out there? Well, first of all, it was an accidental discovery. So Nerium and a lot of the people in this room who are brand partners, they didn't get an opportunity to work with a company that created a product in a lab. They actually were working in skin cancer research. And so they stumbled upon this accidental discovery while they were doing something else. So many of the things, your favorite things that you use at your house right now, were accidental discoveries. And so was our product. So the biotech company actually said, "Well, okay, great. So all these test participants coming back saying, don't care what it's doing for my melanoma or whatever it is, but I definitely need some more of this." Time and time again, they said, "Okay, great, we'll take a look at that." So they were able to formulate Nerium Skincare, which was going to take that extraction and everything that they had going on there and formulate it into a product that they'd be able to deliver to all of us, everybody in this room who wants to look younger, which I think is fantastic. And then Nerium International was created, and the reason why we have the global exclusive distribution rights on the product is because we're going to give 30% of the profits that we ever make back to skin cancer research. For me, and really just furthering humanity. For me, cancer runs in my family. A lot of people have been affected by it, and so I know when I'm sharing this product on a daily basis that I'm doing something really big to give back to not only just my family financially or what Nerium's doing for me personally, but it's furthering the technology research to go and do some really, really big things, which makes me feel really good that it's something bigger than that. So the Nerium AD difference is really the patented NAEA extract. So this formulation isn't in anything else that you can find. We have the global exclusive patent on the product, so we actually control the extract from seed to the plant, the fields, it getting manufactured, it being put into our product, and so no one can say to me, "Oh, I have something that works like Nerium." Okay, there's no way that it can harness any of the power of these things. And the big difference is that it addresses all concerns of aging. So the fine lines, wrinkles, discoloration, skin, tone, texture. I basically say, you name it, try it. I'm pretty sure that you'll love it. So I love that. I don't claim anything besides that, but I just say use the product. So Don Smothers is actually our Nerium formulator, and he's actually formulated probably what you're already currently using. He's been in the industry for over 40 years, and he's been able to formulate all different kinds of products on the market. And when he was able to work with Nerium AD, our product, he said that he actually was quoted that he's never been able to see something work so effectively and quickly as what he'd seen with Nerium, which that was all I needed to hear. I don't want to spend the next 20 years trying to find out the perfect product to use. I'll just take his word for it. So we didn't just take his word for it, we actually took it to the next level, that we didn't want to just ask 10 people to raise their hand if they liked it or if they had seen results. We wanted hard clinical data. So ST&T Research and that machine right there is a very, very expensive testing where they actually go in and they scan the face, they take pictures before and after. when they did this over a 30-day trial, the average result was 30%. And when we initially took the study to them, they said if you saw a 2 to 5% improvement in the skin, they would give you a thumbs up and you have a multi-million-dollar product. So when they saw the average result was 30, they were actually really puzzled and they thought there's no way. So they actually redid the study all over again. Same thing, different test participants, different ages, ethnicities, things like that, and saw that it was exactly the same. So we have something out there that's working like no other. So here's a couple of result pictures where you can see those little lines in the before to the after is improvement. So that's what you want to see less of. You can see emerging lines, fine lines, deep lines. I actually didn't know what emerging lines was before I started Nerium, and I'm really glad that I know about what they are now. So that was when I looked in the mirror and thought I didn't need the product. Things were already happening. I was 27, I wasn't, 11. And so there were already things aging in my skin that I hadn't even seen yet, and so we're addressing those concerns dramatically. So for me, I was really excited about that. This is the pigmentation result. Discoloration, 31% on the left, 67% on the right. Those are huge. So number one question when I got started, and all my friends and family were saying, this is fantastic, Natalie, my skin's never looked better, what do I use in the morning? And I'm like, I don't know, what did you use before? Let me know if you find something great, because I don't really know. So Nerium actually answered our prayers and gave us a 24-hour power of, the Nerium experience. So we have the NAEA extract on our face 24 hours a day now, instead of me being the stay-at-home mom that just wore Nerium all day long because I didn't ever have to go anywhere anyways. So this white bottle is our daytime formula. It has tripeptide blends for smoother, tighter, younger skin. Vitamin C complex helps with the discoloration issues. The green tea extract addresses a lot of different signs of aging. It's an antioxidant on your skin. One of my friends says it the very best. It's like patenting a blueberry and putting it on your face. I'm like, okay, I know what that is, and I'm going to go down that road. So the 4 high-functioning moisturizers, as you age, your skin loses its ability to make these. That's why older people have dry, aged, weathered-looking skin. So that's why I absolutely love the daytime experience. So this is an example of what your bathroom counter is going to look like now that you came tonight. My husband loves it because now he actually sees his sink, and he's a fan of that. So how do you get the product? You can become a preferred customer right now, and you can get both day and night products for $120, which is a huge savings. And basically, you would have to spend over that if you used any product out there, because you'd have to buy the multitude of steps. And we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So we really want you to take that before picture, use the product, and if you're not 100% happy with it, talk to the person you got it from. This is not wanting us to promote and use something if you're not completely happy with it. Yet in my experience, I haven't utilized the money-back guarantee, but I always make sure that people know that they have that in case it would make them feel more comfortable. So the best part about really already seeing those results and having fabulous skin is why not get it for free too? Everybody really loves free. I equate that to if I can get something for free that I have to use, then I can spend more money on something else. My husband disagrees. He's like, if you got something for free, let's just keep it there, But if you refer 3 of your friends to use the product, which is super easy to do, I always say, 3 people. I mean, your next door neighbor, your mom, your sister, your best friend from high school, your college roommate, and, your running buddy or whatever. 3 friends, super simple. You can do that through hosting a 3-year free party, or just call them up on the phone and say, I got my hands on this, you're going to want to get your credit card out. I mean, it's really easy to do. They trust you, you're their friend. So if you do that, then you're able to get your next month's product free, and as long as those 3 people are using it, you're always going to get your product free. So this doesn't mean you're doing the business, you're not bugging people every day or anything like that. It just means get 3 friends hooked, which for women, that's really easy. For men, it actually comes across even more authentic. Because like, dude, it really makes me work if we're on the golf course and you're like showing me your forehead picture, Like, okay, must be legit, I don't think you'd be telling me about something unless it wasn't a big deal. So to use both products right now, we have an amazing promotion where you can actually use both products for 90 days. The night treatment, I said you could get free through referring 3 of your friends. But as like a loyalty perk, we're going to let you have the day cream free for life after 90 days, which I told you how great it was. So the results people are seeing are fantastic using the combo, and that really truly is free. A lot of people say there's always like catches to the free. With the day cream, there really isn't. So get with whoever brought you if you're just wanting to use the product, and definitely understand that day cream promotion. The 90-day contest is why we have so many pictures floating around. If you came with a brand partner tonight that has a phone or an iPad, they could probably roll through hundreds of pictures to the point where you're like, I got it already. I listened to Natalie, I want it. Quit showing me people's pictures. But this is an example of a guy who submitted that picture, won a fabulous trip with him, and his son actually was doing the business and said, Dad, you have a lot of wrinkles. I need you to use this so I can use your picture. And he was like, no, son, I'm a roofer and I don't put anything on my face. He was like, well, you have no choice because I'm about to get a Lexus and I need you to do this. And so him and his son were able to go on this trip together, which is really cool because that's kind of the ripple of what it's creating and the fun things that kind of come along with it. So with that being said, I'll wrap up the product side of it. The business is actually my favorite part to talk about, but I really love my husband. So I'll bring him up and let him share with you about that. So this is Nick Sorensen.